Hello everyone, and welcome back to BrieflyBooks. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more book insights. Today, we're diving into a truly transformative book, Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Glover Tawwab. This book is all about gaining control of your life through the power of setting boundaries. Whether you struggle with saying no, or you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by others' demands, this book has practical advice that can help. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's explore how setting boundaries can lead to a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Let's get started. Preface. Set Boundaries, Find Peace emerges from both my professional experience as a therapist and my personal journey. This book is crafted to empower you with the understanding and tools needed to establish boundaries that foster peace and self-respect. It tackles the challenge of saying no, managing overcommitment, and navigating draining relationships. Through practical advice, it guides you to set effective boundaries across various life areas, including with yourself and others, without guilt. Embrace this guide as your step toward reclaiming the peace you deserve in your busy life. Introduction. Boundaries are the unseen structures that can bring balance and health to our lives. They are essential for protecting our well-being, maintaining our self-esteem, and achieving enduring peace. Yet, despite their importance, many of us struggle to set them effectively. Boundaries are not just about saying no. They are about recognizing what we need and respecting ourselves enough to stand up for those needs. They help us differentiate where we end and where others begin. Without boundaries, our relationships can become sources of stress, and our personal growth can be stunted. With them, we experience the freedom to make choices that align with our values and aspirations. This book opens the conversation on boundaries by highlighting their significance across various aspects of life. Whether it's in our personal interactions, professional engagements, or internal dialogues, understanding boundaries is the first step towards a more controlled and peaceful existence. Every chapter that follows is designed to walk you through different areas where boundaries can be applied. You'll learn not just why boundaries are necessary, but also how to articulate and enforce them effectively. The goal is for you to finish this book equipped with the knowledge to implement boundaries that honor your needs and foster relationships that enrich your life. Setting boundaries is a skill that can be learned and mastered. As you embark on this journey, remember that every step you take towards establishing a boundary is a step towards reclaiming a piece of yourself. It is a journey towards not just finding peace, but maintaining it as an enduring part of your life. Chapter 1: Understanding Boundaries. At the core of personal contentment and healthy relationships is the ability to set boundaries. But what exactly are boundaries? They are the guidelines or limits we set for ourselves and others, defining what we find acceptable and unacceptable in behavior, communication, and interactions. Boundaries help us manage how much we allow others to influence our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Understanding boundaries begins with recognizing that they are necessary for self-care and self-respect. They enable us to separate our own feelings from those of others, and to take responsibility only for what truly belongs to us. This separation is crucial for our mental health and emotional stability. However, setting boundaries is not an inherent skill. Many of us grow up without clear examples of healthy boundaries, leading to struggles in defining them in adulthood. Without boundaries, we can easily become overwhelmed, resentful, or feel taken advantage of. This lack of limits often results in living a life that serves the comfort and needs of others, at the expense of our own well-being. Boundaries can be flexible or rigid, close or distant, and everything in between. They are not one-size-fits-all, but should be tailored to individual needs and situations. The process of setting boundaries starts with self-awareness, understanding what you need to feel respected, safe, and valued. It involves communicating these needs clearly and consistently to those around you. In this chapter, we'll explore the basic concept of boundaries, the different forms they can take, and the ways they impact our interactions with others. By understanding the fundamental nature of boundaries, you can begin to see how they serve as a foundation for a more peaceful and empowered life. Chapter 2: Types of Boundaries. Boundaries come in many forms, each serving a unique purpose in how we interact with the world around us. Understanding the different types of boundaries is key to applying them effectively in various aspects of our lives. Here, we'll discuss the main categories: physical, emotional, time, intellectual, material, and sexual boundaries. Physical boundaries refer to personal space and physical touch. Clear physical boundaries might include preferences for how and when you are touched or how close someone gets to you physically. Emotional boundaries involve separating your emotions from someone else's. This means recognizing and respecting your feelings and not taking on the emotional burden of others. It also includes the right to express your own emotions and not have others dictate how you should feel. Time boundaries are about how you manage your time. Setting these boundaries involves allocating time for different activities in your life and saying no when you need to focus on your priorities, such as work, relationships, or self-care. Intellectual boundaries pertain to thoughts and ideas. They involve respecting others' viewpoints and not insisting that someone must agree with your opinions. Likewise, it means expecting the same respect for your own ideas. Material boundaries relate to possessions and physical resources. These boundaries help you manage who can use your belongings and how your possessions are treated by others. Sexual boundaries involve limits and expectations around physical intimacy. They include consent, agreement on sexual behaviors, and respect for personal preferences and comfort levels. By recognizing and understanding these different types of boundaries, you can begin to implement them according to your needs and enhance your interactions with others. Establishing clear boundaries in these areas helps maintain your integrity and leads to mutually respectful relationships. Chapter 3: Why we need boundaries. Boundaries are essential not just for our well-being, but for the health of our relationships. They help us define who we are and what we value, and they are critical in fostering respect, understanding, and appropriate expectations between people. In this chapter, we explore the fundamental reasons why boundaries are necessary for a fulfilling life. Self-respect and self-care. Boundaries are a form of self-respect. By setting them, we communicate our worth to ourselves and others. They allow us to prioritize our needs, emotions, and aspirations, which is essential for our mental health and overall happiness. Preventing burnout and resentment. Without boundaries, we risk overextending ourselves, leading to burnout and resentment. Boundaries enable us to say no to excessive demands and protect our energy and time for activities and people that truly matter to us. Improving relationships. Contrary to the belief that boundaries push people away, they actually strengthen relationships. Clear boundaries prevent misunderstandings and build a foundation of respect. When everyone knows what to expect, interactions become more straightforward and more pleasant. Encouraging personal growth. Boundaries encourage us to make decisions based on what is best for us rather than just reacting to the needs and desires of others. This autonomy is crucial for personal development and confidence. Promoting emotional stability. By maintaining boundaries, we protect our emotional space from being overwhelmed by others' feelings and problems. This protection helps us maintain our emotional stability and reduces stress. Understanding the need for and benefits of boundaries can empower us to implement them more effectively in our lives. As we recognize their value, we become better equipped to establish and maintain the boundaries that nurture our well-being and improve our interactions with others. Chapter 4: Self-respect boundaries. Self-respect boundaries are crucial for maintaining a healthy self-esteem and ensuring that our interactions with others reflect our own values and needs. These boundaries help us stand up for ourselves and make decisions based on what is best for our well-being. Valuing yourself. Self-respect boundaries begin with recognizing your own value. This means understanding that you deserve respect, kindness, and consideration from both yourself and others. It involves not settling for less than what you are worth and not allowing others to treat you poorly. Saying no. One of the most powerful expressions of self-respect is the ability to say no. This might mean declining additional responsibilities when you're already stretched thin, or it could involve stepping back from relationships or situations that drain your emotional resources. Saying no is not about being negative, it's about protecting your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Making your needs a priority. Often, we put the needs of others before our own, to the detriment of our health and happiness. Self-respect boundaries require us to consider our own needs as equally important. This doesn't mean you ignore the needs of others, but you balance them with your own. Standing up for yourself, it's important to advocate for yourself, whether in personal relationships or in the workplace. This includes expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly and assertively when disagreements occur, or when you feel overlooked or undervalued. Forgiving yourself. Part of self-respect is allowing yourself to make mistakes and learn from them, rather than harshly judging yourself. Setting boundaries around self-criticism is crucial for maintaining a healthy, forgiving attitude towards yourself. By establishing self-respect boundaries, you teach others how to treat you and establish a pattern of interacting that honors your worth. As these boundaries strengthen, so does your confidence and sense of self, creating a more balanced and fulfilling life. Chapter 5: Emotional Boundaries. Emotional boundaries are critical for protecting our mental health and ensuring that our emotional needs are respected. They help us manage how deeply we allow others' emotions to influence our feelings and maintain our emotional energy. Understanding emotional boundaries define where your emotions end and another's begin. They prevent you from taking on someone else's emotional baggage or allowing someone else's mood to overly affect your own state of mind. They are essential for emotional independence and resilience. Not absorbing others' emotions. It's natural to empathize with others, but absorbing their emotions can lead to emotional exhaustion. Emotional boundaries help you offer support without compromising your own emotional well-being. For instance, you can listen to a friend's problems and offer advice without feeling personally distressed. Expressing your emotions appropriately. Emotional boundaries also involve expressing your feelings in a healthy and constructive manner. This means being honest about how you feel without fear of repercussions or the need to suppress your true emotions. It's about having the space to feel sad, happy, or angry and communicating these emotions without hurting others. Saying no to emotional manipulation. It's important to recognize and resist emotional manipulation, which can often come in the form of guilt-tripping or passive-aggressive behavior. By setting clear emotional boundaries, you signal that you won't be controlled by others' manipulative tactics. Seeking emotional equilibrium. Maintaining emotional boundaries encourages you to seek balance in your emotional life. This includes taking time for self-care, engaging in activities that uplift you, and ensuring that your emotional needs are not overshadowed by the demands of others. By establishing and maintaining firm emotional boundaries, you protect your mental health and cultivate relationships that are mutually respectful and supportive. Chapter 6: Time Boundaries. Time boundaries are essential for managing how we spend our most finite resource, time. By setting these boundaries, we ensure that our time aligns with our priorities, helping us live more fulfilling and balanced lives. Recognizing the value of your time. Time boundaries start with recognizing that your time is valuable. This means being mindful about how you allocate it and ensuring that your activities and commitments reflect what is truly important to you. Learning to say no. One of the most effective ways to enforce time boundaries is by saying no to demands that do not serve your goals or well-being. Whether it's declining an invitation that conflicts with your rest time, or refusing an extra project when your schedule is already full, saying no is crucial to protecting your time. Prioritizing tasks. Effective time management involves prioritizing tasks based on urgency and importance. Setting time boundaries helps you focus on what needs your immediate attention while scheduling less critical tasks for later. This prioritization ensures that you're not constantly in a reactive mode, trying to catch up with every demand. Avoiding overcommitment. Overcommitting is a common barrier to effective time management. Time boundaries help you assess your capacity realistically and commit only to what you can handle without stress. It's about understanding your limits and not stretching yourself too thin. Building in downtime. Just as important as work and productivity is downtime. Time boundaries aren't just for work, they're also for rest and recreation. Ensuring you have enough leisure time is vital for mental health and overall well-being. Setting and maintaining time boundaries is about respecting your own time as much as you respect others. By clearly defining how you want to spend your time, you take control of your life and your schedule, leading to increased satisfaction and reduced stress. Chapter 7: Family Boundaries. Setting boundaries within the family is crucial because these relationships can be deeply emotional and complex. Family boundaries help manage expectations and maintain healthy interactions, preventing conflicts and misunderstandings. Identifying necessary boundaries. First, identify the areas where boundaries are needed in your family relationships. These might involve communication styles, visits and personal space, financial requests, or how much personal information is shared. Recognizing these needs is the first step towards setting effective boundaries. Communicating clearly and respectfully. When setting family boundaries, it's essential to communicate your needs clearly and respectfully. Use I statements to express how certain behaviors affect you, and be direct about what you need instead. For example, you might say, "I feel overwhelmed when we discuss this topic. Can we talk about something else?" Handling resistance. Resistance to new boundaries is common in family dynamics. Some family members might take your new boundaries personally or feel rejected. It's important to remain firm and compassionate, reiterating that these boundaries are necessary for your well-being and do not diminish your love or care for them. Respecting your own limits. Know and respect your limits. If family interactions frequently leave you feeling drained or upset, it may be necessary to limit the frequency or duration of these interactions. Respecting your own limits is not selfish, it's necessary for maintaining your mental health. Encouraging mutual respect. Encourage a culture of mutual respect within the family. When family members see the positive effects of boundaries, such as clearer communication and reduced stress, they are more likely to respect these limits and consider setting their own. Family boundaries are not about creating distance, they are about fostering respect and understanding. By establishing clear limits, you can build healthier and more fulfilling family relationships. Chapter 8: Work Boundaries. Setting boundaries at work is essential for maintaining a healthy work-life balance and ensuring your job does not consume all aspects of your life. These boundaries protect your time, energy, and personal well-being while promoting productivity and job satisfaction. Defining your availability. Clearly define your working hours and communicate them to your colleagues and supervisors. Stick to these hours unless absolutely necessary. This helps manage expectations about when you are available for work-related tasks, and when you are off the clock, focusing on personal time. Managing workload. It's important to communicate openly about your workload. If you are assigned more tasks than you can handle, discuss this with your supervisor. Setting boundaries about what is a reasonable workload helps prevent burnout and ensures you can deliver quality work without compromising your health. Handling communication. Set boundaries around work communications. Decide how late you respond to emails and messages and communicate these preferences to your team. This prevents the expectation that you are always on call, which is crucial for disconnecting from work and reducing stress. Saying no politely. Learn to say no politely but firmly when requests go beyond your job description or capacity. You can express your refusal by explaining your current commitments and suggesting alternatives or a later time when you might be available. Respecting personal space. If you work in a shared space, it's important to establish boundaries regarding your personal area. Whether it's minimizing interruptions or managing noise levels, respecting personal space helps maintain focus and respect among colleagues. Work boundaries are not just about saying no, they are about creating a respectful and productive work environment. By setting clear limits around time, tasks, and communication, you can enjoy a more balanced professional life that respects both your career and personal goals. Chapter 9: Friendship Boundaries. Boundaries in friendships are vital for maintaining healthy and balanced relationships. They help ensure that friendships are mutually respectful and supportive, rather than draining or one-sided. Communicating needs and expectations. Clearly communicate your needs and expectations in friendships. This might include your availability, how you prefer to communicate, and what types of support you are comfortable offering. For instance, if you're not comfortable discussing certain topics, it's okay to express that boundary. Balancing give and take. Friendships should have a balance of give and take. If you find yourself always giving more, whether in terms of time, emotional support, or resources, it may be time to reassess and communicate your needs more clearly. Setting boundaries can help ensure that the relationship remains reciprocal. Respecting each other's time. Just as you set boundaries around your time with family and work, it's important to do so with friends. This includes respecting each other's schedules and commitments, and not expecting availability at all times. Dealing with conflicts. Address conflicts directly and respectfully. If a friend repeatedly crosses your boundaries, discuss the issue openly rather than letting resentment build. This helps maintain the integrity and longevity of the friendship. Choosing your friends wisely. Remember that you have the right to choose who you spend your time with. If certain friendships consistently leave you feeling drained or disrespected, it may be necessary to reconsider those relationships and focus on friendships that are healthier and more aligned with your values. Friendship boundaries are about fostering respect and ensuring that both parties feel valued and understood. By setting and respecting these boundaries, you can cultivate deeper, more fulfilling friendships that enhance your life. Respecting personal space. If you work in a shared space, it's important to establish boundaries regarding your personal area. Whether it's minimizing interruptions or managing noise levels, respecting personal space helps maintain focus and respect among colleagues. Work boundaries are not just about saying no, they are about creating a respectful and productive work environment. By setting clear limits around time, tasks, and communication, you can enjoy a more balanced professional life that respects both your career and personal goals. Chapter 10: Romantic Boundaries. Setting boundaries in romantic relationships is crucial for maintaining a healthy, respectful, and loving connection. These boundaries help ensure that both partners feel secure and valued, and they contribute to the long-term success of the relationship. Communicating openly. Open communication is the foundation of setting romantic boundaries. It's important to clearly express your needs, desires, and limits in a relationship. This includes discussing how you handle conflict, your expectations around honesty, and your needs for emotional and physical intimacy. Respecting individuality. Romantic boundaries include respecting each other's individuality and independence. This means supporting each other's interests, friendships, and commitments outside of the relationship. It's essential to encourage personal growth and freedom, which strengthens the bond between partners. Privacy needs. Each partner should respect the other's need for privacy. This includes not demanding access to personal devices, emails, or messages without consent. Trust and respect for each other's personal space are key to a healthy relationship. Handling disagreements. Establish boundaries on how to handle disagreements. Agree on respectful ways to express disagreements, and avoid hurtful behaviors or language. This helps prevent damage to the relationship during conflicts and promotes constructive resolution. Physical boundaries. Clearly define and mutually respect physical boundaries. This includes preferences about affection, intimacy, and sexual activities. Open discussions about comfort levels and consent are vital for a healthy romantic relationship. By establishing these boundaries, couples can create a respectful environment that nurtures both the relationship and the individual well-being of each partner. Romantic boundaries are not about restrictions, they're about crafting a partnership where both people can thrive. Chapter 11: Digital Boundaries. In today's connected world, setting digital boundaries is essential for maintaining our mental health and protecting our personal space. These boundaries help us manage our engagement with digital devices and online interactions, ensuring that technology serves us rather than overwhelms us. Defining availability. It's important to define when and how you are available online. This includes setting specific times for checking emails, social media, and messaging apps. Communicate your availability to friends, family, and colleagues to manage their expectations and reduce the pressure to respond immediately. Controlling information intake. Be mindful of the amount and type of information you consume online. Excessive exposure to news, social media, or digital content can lead to information overload and stress. Set limits on your daily digital consumption to safeguard your mental well-being. Privacy settings. Utilize privacy settings on social media and other online platforms to control who can see your information and interact with you. This helps maintain a level of privacy and security that feels comfortable for you. Respecting others' boundaries. Just as you set your own digital boundaries, be respectful of others. This includes acknowledging their communication preferences and giving them space to respond at their own pace. Digital detoxes. Periodically, consider taking digital detoxes, a break from all digital devices, to reconnect with the physical world and give yourself a mental reset. These breaks can help reduce dependency on technology and improve overall life satisfaction. By establishing firm digital boundaries, you can enjoy the benefits of technology without letting it dominate your life. This balance is crucial for maintaining healthy relationships, both online and offline, and for supporting your overall mental health. Chapter 12: Communicating your boundaries. Effective communication is key to establishing and maintaining boundaries. It allows you to express your needs clearly and respectfully, ensuring that others understand your limits and expectations. Here's how to communicate your boundaries effectively. Be clear and direct. When communicating your boundaries, be as clear and direct as possible. Avoid vague language that can be misinterpreted. For example, if you prefer not to discuss work-related topics after hours, explicitly say, "I don't take work calls after 6 p.m. Use I statements. To avoid sounding accusatory, use I statements that focus on your feelings and needs. For instance, say, "I feel overwhelmed when we skip our weekly meetings," instead of "You are ignoring our schedule." Practice consistency. Consistency is crucial in boundary communication. Reiterate your boundaries when necessary, and don't bend them to avoid discomfort. Consistency helps others take your boundaries seriously and respect them. Respond, don't react. If someone challenges your boundaries, respond thoughtfully rather than reacting emotionally. Calmly restate your boundary and explain why it's important to you. This can help de-escalate potential conflicts and reinforce your commitment to your limits. Anticipate pushback. Not everyone will immediately respect your boundaries. Anticipate some resistance, especially if you're setting boundaries for the first time. Prepare to explain your reasoning and stand firm. Acknowledge and appreciate respect. When others respect your boundaries, acknowledge and appreciate it. Positive reinforcement can encourage continued respect and make the relationship more fulfilling for both parties. Communicating your boundaries effectively ensures that your needs are respected and that your relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. By mastering this skill, you empower yourself to maintain healthier interactions in all areas of your life. Chapter 13: Dealing with pushback. When you set boundaries, pushback is often inevitable, especially from those who are used to your previous availability or responses. Dealing with pushback effectively is crucial for maintaining your boundaries and ensuring your needs are respected. Stay calm and collected. When facing resistance, it's important to stay calm and not let emotions dictate your response. This helps you address the situation more rationally and assertively. Reaffirm your boundaries. If someone pushes back against your boundaries, reaffirm them clearly. Repeat your boundary using the same language you used initially to reinforce your stance. For example, if you've set a boundary to not discuss personal finances with family, you might say, "As I mentioned before, I'm not comfortable discussing my finances." Understand the reason for pushback. Often, pushback comes from a place of surprise or misunderstanding. Try to understand why the person is resisting. Are they feeling hurt or neglected? Addressing the root cause can help in resolving conflicts and making them see your perspective. Offer alternatives when possible. If applicable, offer alternatives that still respect your boundaries. For instance, if you cannot meet a friend due to a busy schedule, suggest another time. This shows that you value the relationship while sticking to your limits. Enforce consequences if necessary. If someone continually disrespects your boundaries, consider enforcing consequences. This might mean reducing the amount of time you spend with them or limiting the types of interactions you have until they respect your boundaries. Seek support. If dealing with pushback becomes overwhelming, seek support from friends, family, or a professional who can provide advice and reinforcement. Pushback is a natural part of setting boundaries, but with patience and consistency, most people will come to respect your needs. By handling resistance assertively and compassionately, you reinforce your commitment to your well-being and healthy relationships. Chapter 14: Maintaining Boundaries. Maintaining boundaries is an ongoing process that requires consistency and commitment. Even after setting boundaries, it's crucial to continually reinforce them to ensure they are respected over time. Here are some strategies to help you maintain your boundaries effectively. Consistent reinforcement. Regularly reinforcing your boundaries is key to maintaining them. This might mean reminding others of your limits periodically and not bending your rules, even in situations where it might seem easier just to let things slide. Self-check-ins. Regularly check in with yourself to assess how well your boundaries are working. Are they still serving your needs? Do they need adjustments? Self-reflection helps ensure your boundaries continue to align with your evolving life circumstances and values. Clear communication. Keep communication clear and straightforward when discussing your boundaries. If someone forgets or disregards a boundary, remind them kindly but firmly. It's important to communicate that while you value your relationship, your boundaries are not negotiable. Practice assertiveness. Being assertive doesn't mean being aggressive, it means being firm and standing up for yourself while still respecting others. Practice assertive communication techniques to express your boundaries confidently. Support system. Build a support system of friends or family who understand and respect your boundaries. They can provide encouragement and help you stay committed to your principles, especially when maintaining boundaries becomes challenging. Self-care. Maintaining boundaries can sometimes be emotionally draining. Make sure you engage in self-care practices that rejuvenate your energy and resolve. This could be anything from regular exercise, meditation, or spending time on hobbies that you love. Maintaining boundaries is not just about setting limits, but about living a life that honors your needs and well-being. With consistent practice and support, you can ensure that your boundaries remain strong and effective, helping you lead a balanced and fulfilling life. Conclusion. Throughout this book, we've explored the critical importance of setting and maintaining boundaries across various aspects of life. From understanding the basics to applying them in personal relationships, at work, and even digitally, the journey of boundary setting is vital for cultivating a life of peace and self-respect. The power of boundaries. Boundaries are powerful tools. They protect your mental health, enhance your relationships, and enable you to live in alignment with your values and priorities. By clearly defining what is acceptable to you and what is not, you empower yourself to make choices that genuinely benefit your well-being. A lifelong practice. Setting boundaries is not a one-time task but a lifelong practice. As your life evolves, so too will your needs and boundaries. It's important to regularly assess and adjust your boundaries to ensure they continue to serve you well. Remember, maintaining boundaries requires consistent effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. Encouragement for the journey. If you're new to setting boundaries, it may feel uncomfortable at first. You might face resistance or even guilt, but these feelings are normal. Over time, as you become more accustomed to asserting your needs, you'll find that boundaries become easier to maintain and more naturally integrated into your daily life. Strengthening relationships. Far from pushing people away, healthy boundaries attract respectful, nurturing relationships. They encourage a mutual understanding and appreciation that can deepen connections with those around you. By communicating your boundaries clearly, you invite others to understand and respect your personal space and choices. Embrace self-compassion. As you continue to set and maintain boundaries, practice self-compassion. Be patient with yourself and recognize that learning to assertively communicate your needs is a sign of strength, not selfishness. Every step you take in establishing boundaries is a step toward a more empowered and peaceful existence. Moving forward, continue to practice the art of boundary setting with courage and clarity. The peace you seek is not just a distant dream, but a tangible reality that grows with each boundary you set and maintain. As you reclaim your peace, remember that you are not alone in this journey. The act of setting boundaries is, fundamentally, an act of profound self-care and love. Thanks for tuning in today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, share it with friends, and don't forget to subscribe to BrieflyBooks for more book insights. Your support helps us grow and continue bringing you great content.